Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. I'm the City Administrator here in St. Peter. Today is Wednesday the 19th, and I have a couple of missions today. Really three today, one of which is running very carefully back and forth from my car to the office, etc., to avoid getting rained on, but we could use the rain, so that's great. The second of which is to make sure that I cover some items from the workshop from just a couple of nights ago, just on the 17th. And I'll put a link to this down below so you can read everything. This isn't a good workshop packet, although you only see two agenda items. They're both really important. And there's a lot of fantastic information within the packet about both of them. So I'd encourage you to click on that. And then the third is to feed you a couple of tidbits of information about things that I hope you'll find useful as you live, work, or play here in St. Peter. So first off to the workshop, again, there'll be a link below. We covered two agenda items, one of which was stormwater rates. Now, for folks that live in St. Peter, you know that as a part of your utility bill, there's a stormwater fee that maintains, helps clean, helps develop additional system for stormwater. And so stormwater, well, a really visible way that you see this is that when it rains, there's water that's on the street and it goes to a catch basin. And so this is the fund that maintains everything from that catch basin on to where the water finally goes. This is really important in a community like the city of St. Peter because of our proximity to the Minnesota River and the contaminants that get into storm water as it flows on streets or runs across yards and all of those things. So we have requirements about what we can put into the Minnesota River. And as you've seen developed, whether it's along new subdivisions or whether you see along places like north end of Washington Avenue, the Washington Avenue Link, what we call them Washington Avenue Link, you'll see stormwater detention ponds being developed. Those are important things in protecting the environment because what happens is that when it rains, that first flush of water goes into those detention basins, and then silt and dirt and chemicals and other things can sift and filter out based on some of the plantings that we have, based on the work of the sun and the wind and the waves within some of those ponds, helps treat that water as it either trickles into the aquifer over decades, frankly, or in some instances, we have locations and cleaning mechanisms that help clean the water before it goes into other tributaries or the Minnesota River, tributaries of the Minnesota River or the Minnesota River. So it's really important. What's going on with this agenda item is that we've had the same fee since 2007 and developing new systems, meeting requirements, repairing old systems continues to see an increase in cost. So frankly, we got to do something to change the rate structure to meet compliance and to do what we should, not only for you, but for the environment. And so the council's had a number of discussions about this, and a couple of meetings ago approved a budget. And so this meeting, they discussed stormwater rates. And so while it hasn't been finally decided, they gave staff direction to bring back to them for consideration a 10% rate increase starting this July, so July of 2021, and then a 10% increase in July of 2022. So for most homeowners, that's well, it's not a lot per month or a lot per year, but it's a little, and a lot of littles add up to a lot, so we want to be very careful about that. But we're trying to be really prudent in how increases occur and making sure we only ask of you what we need from you financially to make these systems work, to maintain them, to develop them, to meet the standards and protect the environment. So there's a lot of great information in the packet about that one. The next one is the council had a presentation about the hospital audit. And so Paula Meskin, the hospital CEO, was there, as was one of the auditors. And so they talked about the hospital audit. And this is one where, man, I could talk for hours about this one. But great information. The audit itself is included in this packet, so you can read that, see that on your own. If you do that, you'll notice that the hospital had a down year in 2020, and I'm sure you can imagine why. COVID. Our hospital depends a lot on surgeries and orthopedic work. And as you may or may not remember, in the earlier part of COVID, that March, April, May kind of time frame, a lot of those surgeries, whether it's a knee replacement or a hip replacement, but many of those surgeries are what are folks that are surgeries that are optional, that are called electives, right? And so when they have electives, those were stopped during that early part of COVID to preserve supplies in the fight against COVID, which was great. Get it, makes sense, but that really hurt our work financially. And so you'll see we had a little bit of a down year, but we're happy to report that towards the end of the year and certainly going forward here as we're in May of this year, our numbers continue to go up and we're on the right trajectory to make sure that we are profitable again. So if you want to know more about that, give me a call. Certainly you can call the hospital and ask for Paula or Lori. But again, there's great, fantastic information that the commission and the council sees exactly as they see it in this packet. Again, I'll put a link to that underneath. So wanted to point that one out to you. Now I have a couple of tidbits. First of all, I want to promote Solar Choice. So this is the community solar program that we've had in place now for a few years. We have people that, well, maybe their home or whatever isn't well situated to put solar panels on their roof of their home or their garage or whatever it is. This is a great opportunity to buy your little piece of the sun and have solar energy for your home. Now, this doesn't get a panel on your roof, but what it does is it buys a piece of a solar garden or solar farm near Owatonna, and you receive the benefit of the output of the solar panels that you subscribe to. So again, you can subscribe to a solar panel that's located in Owatonna, and that power is credited, whatever that solar panel produces. It's more in the summer and less in the winter because of daylight hours, but that gets credited to your account. And so we have roughly about 150 people that kind of do this, I think it is now. And so we're excited to promote this some more. And if you have interest, please give us a call. I'm going to have another link below to this on our website so you can find out some more information, or certainly feel free to give us a call. Now on my theme of electricity, don't forget, be bright. There are lots of energy savings opportunities at saveenergyinstpeter.com/LED, or just saveenergyinstpeter.com. You can see all the rebates that we have on things like washers and dryers and dehumidifiers and air conditioners and LED light bulbs and, well, lots and lots of stuff. Heat pumps. Lots of great stuff in there, so we certainly want you to check that out. Another item that I have for you that we always try and work and promote is that this is a card that represents folks that are interested in serving on a board or commission. And you can call us and we can send you this card and you can mail it back to us or drop it off with us. We also have this form on our website. But this is a great opportunity to participate in leadership in making decisions about where our community is going, whether that's through planning and zoning, the hospital commission, economic development authority, building appeals, or maybe the civil service commission. A lot of people are talking about policing now, new police chief hire, all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that we provide opportunity for you to know that this is one of the ways that you can submit your name and information and be considered to be a part of those boards and commissions. Now, I don't have any openings right now, but we have openings that come up all the time. People move out of our community. People decide, well, they can't make it anymore. Their personal situation changes. All kinds of things happen. So throughout the year, we have openings. So if you're interested, this is a great way to do that. I also want to promote MRVT, Minnesota River Valley Transit. There's an 888 number that you can call and get a free ride anywhere in St. Peter. We love providing this service to you. Lots of people use this. Even during time of COVID, we had 40,000 or so rides last year on MRVT. Our normal ride volume is around 60-ish, give or take a little bit. So want to really promote that with you and make sure that you know that that's available. Wonderful service, doorstep to doorstep. We even have a lift on those buses, so if you're in a wheelchair or maybe on a scooter, mobilely impaired, we can pick you up off the ground and lift you up into the bus, and you grab a seat. It's fantastic. So we're here to serve. One other thing I want to mention is the hot sheet. Now, I don't have a picture of the hot sheet, but the hot sheet is our weekly newsletter, and I'll put a link to it on the bottom here. Our weekly newsletter provides lots of fantastic information about things that are going on in the city. Kind of an update from past council meetings, whether it's brush pickup this week, what taxes might be like, what job openings there are in the city. Lots of different great information that's emailed out on a weekly basis, or you can catch it on our website. One of the important ones that I want to mention this time is that there's some great information about our police chief hire process and how you can participate, how you can send us a question. And although we can't ask the candidates all the questions that we might receive, we'll kind of put those together and pick some questions out to ask these candidates that will be part of the process on May 26th and 27th for the selection of a new police chief. We have 5 candidates that are going to be interviewed, and really they're going to go through 3 or 4 different interview processes, and one that can include you showing up or submitting your question or viewing it on our YouTube channel. So again, I'm going to put a link to the hot sheet that within the hot sheet has some great information about that police chief hire process. So we hope, I really do hope that you'll check that out and give us your advice, give us your best question, learn how you can participate in that important process, and get lots of other information about the city as well. So my last one right now is this. Here's how you can email us. Here's our website. Here's how you can check us out on Facebook. Give us a call. I'd be happy to visit if you have something that you want to talk about, or if you have an idea about a future state of the city. Here is also our Twitter handle, and there's our YouTube channel that not only has council meetings on it, but school board meetings, county commissioner meetings, a lot of different great stuff, including State of the City. So that's it. I got to go. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. Hope you have a great rest of the day.